Some of my favorite players of all time are Grady Sizemore, Josh Hamilton, and Cliff Lee. What do they all have in common? They didn't really age that well. What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another baseball video. We have a very interesting video on our hands today because what we're going to be talking about today is some of the biggest superstars and the biggest names in baseball today. They're superstars that don't even play at an all-star level anymore. The first thing I have to say about this is a huge disclaimer. I do not hate any of these players. In fact, I've been a fan of these players since I was a young kid. You guys all know I play the game The Bigs too. Yes, I used all these guys for a huge amount of time in my life, so I do like them, but again, we have to be real about their stats. If you guys want to see more videos like this where we talk about baseball more in depth aside from my recaps, make sure you slap a like on this one and subscribe because we're so close to 100,000 subscribers. Also, if you can predict anyone, let me know in the comment section down below. And without further ado, let's get started. The first player on our list, so all of you Mets fans, you know this guy. He used to be known as the Dark Knight. So for you to go to the Dark Knight to having a 6.35 ERA for the LA Angels and almost being cut, I mean, he has been a little bit better, but Matt Harvey has to be the #1 spot on my list. So like I just said, Matt Harvey has a 6.35 ERA in 2019, but to top it off, he has 34 strikeouts to 20 walks. That is not good whatsoever. In 2013, his best season in Major League Baseball, Matt Harvey had a 2.37 ERA with 191 strikeouts to 31 walks. He was elite.
Tommy John by Harvey, Matson, McGuire. Another strikeout, 4 straight.
I'm not really going in order, but I do think that Albert Pujols holds the #2 spot for today's video. In 2019, he's actually not doing too bad. He has a 241 batting average with 8 home runs and 23 RBIs, but he has a 307 on-base percentage. And the reason why is his legs kind of just gave out on him, and I would honestly say that Albert Pujols' career was ruined by injury. But again, it's part of the video. We have to talk about it because his best season back in 2009, he had 327 with 47 home runs, 135 RBIs, a 1.101, a 1,101 OPS. That's insane, with 16 stolen bases. So we know back in the day, Albert Pujols could do it all because he even has a few gold gloves on his shelf. I just think that the game is too fast for Albert Pujols. He actually has the record for most grounded into double plays, and it's even increased towards the end of his career. So I'm just happy that he has 8 home runs and 23 RBIs, trying to add to the home run total. Maybe he can get to 700 before his career is over and done, but for right now, he does make the cut for today's video. Felix Hernandez, I don't really think that you can call him King Felix anymore because in 2019, my man has a 1-4 record with a 6.52 ERA. He does have 34 strikeouts in 38 innings, so it's down a little bit, but he only has 8 walks, so it's not like he's been terrible. I just really want to go back and see 2014 King Felix when he had a 15-6 record with a 2.14 ERA, 248 strikeouts, and he led the league with a .915 whip. King Felix really was, at that point, the game's best pitcher. Maybe aside from Clayton Kershaw, but Kershaw and King Felix, they were pretty much 1 and 2. It's just sad to see.
The Seattle Mariners, Felix Hernandez, the 2-2. He got him! 34 years, 119 games. It's finally happened. A perfect game by a Seattle Mariner. It was done by the King.
I know a little bit about this next player because he was actually on the Indians for a little bit of 2019. Hanley Ramirez was actually cut from the team. I never would have thought that Hanley freaking Ramirez would be cut. In 49 appearances for the Cleveland Indians, Hanley Ramirez was only able to hit 184. Now, I will say that he looked to be a pretty decent player. He was a really good leader in the clubhouse, but there's no way that he was ever going to match his older stats. Back in 2009, Hanley Ramirez was insane with a 342 batting average, 24 home runs, 106 RBIs with 27 stolen bases. This is all from a shortstop. This does not happen. I honestly think that Hanley Ramirez is one of my favorite players on this list, so this is a little bit of a bummer for me to talk about because, again, he was on the Indians. It was really excited, and he couldn't make the cut. So, Hanley, I'm sorry, man.
High deep drive. Way back. Watch this baby sail. Totally out of Fenway.
One of the best third basemen, at least talent-wise, that we've ever seen in Major League Baseball history is Evan Longoria.
2-2 and a line shot down the left field line. That ball, it's gone. And the Rays win it. A line drive home run by Evan Longoria.
Unfortunately, he is not the same Longoria that we saw when he is with the Tampa Bay Rays. There was walk-off home runs, 500-foot home runs. There was so much about his game that I loved. But in 2019 with the San Francisco Giants, he has 6 home runs, 17 RBIs, and a .231 batting average. So not completely horrible, but he has a .290 on-base percentage. That's not good at all. Back in 2009, Longoria had a .281 batting average to go along with 33 home runs, 113 RBIs, and he also won a Gold Glove. So again, just like all of the guys that we've talked about before, they've had amazing seasons, but it seems like age and attrition has caught up to them. They're no longer all-stars. They're still decent, but I don't know. We have a couple more players to talk about, so make sure that you guys do not go anywhere. If I do forget anyone, or if you feel like there's one player that I should have brought up, maybe like Carlos Gonzalez or Clayton Kershaw, let me know in the comment section down below, because coming up next, we have someone that was on the fence for me, Miguel Cabrera. The reason why I say on the fence is because in 2019, this year so far, he has a .292 batting average, which is actually not too bad, but he has 1 home run to go along with 16 RBIs, so it's definitely not Triple Crown Miguel Cabrera. But like I said, back in 2012, he won the Triple Crown with a .330 batting average to go along with 44 home runs, 139 RBIs. He was just an absolutely insane hitter. He was so good that he beat out Mike Trout, and Mike Trout was a rookie, and it's just, it bums me out. Even as an Indians fan, I want Miguel Cabrera to be good, but Miggy, he's no longer Miggy.
Like I said, this is one of the best right-hander hitter that I ever seen with my own eyes.
He's the best.
No, he is the best.
No, he's the best. Like, see next to him, to me, it's like dream. It's a dream. I'm dreaming right now. I mean, he's one of my heroes. Like,
where did Dustin Pedroia even go? I know that he was trying to make a comeback and make the squad for 2019, but I'm pretty sure that he is on the IL, so he's not actually playing. But I've heard that there's been some reports that he's not even playing well in the minors, so I'm not sure how it's going to go for Dustin Pedroia. But when he did start this year, he was 2 for 20 with 1 RBI. And this is coming from the same guy that in 2011, I think it was his best season. He didn't win MVP this season, but he had a .307 batting average with 21 home runs, 91 RBIs, 26 stolen bases, and a Gold Glove. Again, just like Hanley Ramirez, you don't really see those stats from shortstop. You do not see these stats from a second baseman.
We're in here together. I mean, there's nothing that's going to divide this team for whatever people say from the outside. Oh, we don't have a leader. I'm standing right here. Been here for a long time. We're in first place. So that's it. Write what you guys want. Here I am. See anybody else standing up doing this? Do you?
That was rough to talk about. That was really rough. I really like Dustin Pedroia. That sucks. Another guy that I just could not believe is being cut in 2019. Now, yes, I understand that they are old, but I could have never foresaw Matt Kemp being cut from a baseball team, especially how good he was back in 2011. I mean, these stats are absolutely unreal. He had a .324 batting average with 39 home runs, 126 RBIs, 40 stolen bases, a Gold Glove, compared to 2019 when he had a .200 batting average with 1 home run, 5 RBIs, and 60 at-bats, and was officially cut from the Cincinnati Reds. Now, I know a lot of you guys might not consider this next player a superstar player, but in my opinion, he almost has a 60 WAR, so I think he's just honestly underrated. But Ian Kinsler, back when he was with the Rangers and the Tigers, this dude was legit. He had 2 30-30 seasons in the span of 3 seasons, and then in 2016 with the Detroit Tigers, Ian Kinsler had a .288 batting average with 28 home runs, 83 RBIs, and a Gold Glove. And this is all coming in Comerica Park, where it's not really the best hitter's ballpark, so the fact that he put up 28 home runs as a second baseman, won a Gold Glove, he was really good.
Kinsler with a swing and a drive, well hit to center field. Hernandez is back to left, and it's gone!
Well, there's some of the early.
But in 2019, he has shown little glimpses of the old Ian Kinsler, but he has a .186 batting average, so he's below the Mendoza line. He does have 5 home runs and 9 RBIs, but again, he is not the same Ian Kinsler that we're used to, and it's just like Josh Hamilton, this one pains me. So guys, the final player that we have to talk about is actually still playing pretty decently. He's not as bad as Felix Hernandez or all the other pitchers that we've talked about, but Adam Wainwright is definitely, he's not the same that we've seen before. He has 39 strikeouts to 19 walks, so again, he hasn't been completely horrible, but when we compare that to his best season in the bigs, back in 2010, he had a 20-11 record with a 2.42 ERA and 213 strikeouts. Again, just like Felix, there was once a point where Adam Wainwright was considered one of the best pitchers in all of baseball.
Breaking ball struck him out, and the Cardinals have won the pennant.
Molina leaps into the arms of Adam Wainwright.
One of the reasons why I'm making this video is because not a lot of you guys grew up on these players, and I think it's up to me to make sure that you guys don't forget who they are. For example, I am the biggest fan of Grady Sizemore, and every time I say that name, it seems like the younger generation says, who is Grady Sizemore? And I don't want that to happen to King Felix, Dustin Pedroia, Matt Kemp. These guys got to be talked about for a long time because honestly, they're some of the best talent we've ever seen. Maybe they just didn't stay healthy, maybe they kind of fell off, but during their prime, wow. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure that you slap a like and also comment down below if I forgot any players. These are so much fun to make because I really love the stats of baseball, and I also like talking about some of my favorite players of all time. So again, I hope you guys don't take offense to this. It's just my opinion. If you disagree, also let me know. But thank you all so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. I'm hoping that these guys can kind of find the fountain of youth and turn it around. But for right now, I think the book is closed on some of these guys. Peace out.